So, hello everybody, welcome to a celebration of Prose.com's 25th anniversary. And who better to celebrate it with than founder and president Henry Dotterer. So, welcome to the program, Henry.
Thanks, Andrew.
Now, tell us a little bit about when you began Prose.com. Was your vision of something that would last a lifetime or at least 25 years?
No, I don't think I was thinking that far ahead. I was, at the time the internet was pretty new. I was studying the internet. I was imagining the future a lot, but I guess maybe I was 30 myself. I probably wasn't thinking more than about 10 years ahead.
Because at that time, the famous platforms for freelancers now in all different fields like Fiverr and Upwork, they were at least 10 years behind the curve. I think one was 2009. I think Fiverr was 2013. So looking back, you must feel that you got in there quite a long way ahead of the big industries.
Yeah, definitely. I was imagining stuff that didn't exist yet. There wasn't a roadmap for. There was nothing to copy from. And over the years, I mean, we quite a few ideas. I mean, I think anyone that would have been involved deeply in it at the time would have come across some of these ideas. But we did group buying before there was group buying. We did meetups before there were meetups. We did, Airbnb was proposed among the moderators of our group, and I said I don't want to get into that safety issues and things. But yeah, eBay existed. So you could see some things. That was the first big person to person thing. Amazon did exist. It was pretty new.
Mhm.
Monster existed. That was a hiring site. But yeah, no, to think about a freelance website, it was all. In fact, when you'd say to someone, I'm a freelancer, they would say, oh, you're a writer. Because for some reason, at least where I was around, freelancer equaled writer. So yeah, people didn't even know what a freelancer was, or never mind words like outsourcer.
Right.
Um, yeah, so these sites came along, and it's been interesting to watch the developments.
And did I understand somewhere told me that you kind of invented the like button? I know that you had an agree on the forums because Facebook didn't exist back then, or did
Who
it?
said that? Who
I think
said
somebody,
that?
somebody told me that. I'm not sure, but it's a
Yeah, again, that's
plausible.
one of those things that was proposed. We didn't actually do it till years later. And then, but that was the kind of thing. We were kind of a leader in forums. We took the latest forum software and we added functionality to it around moderation and things like that. So in many ways, including on the software side, um, we had to push the envelope. We were one of the 2,000 largest, most trafficked websites in the world.
Wow.
And it was the largest global community as far as I knew. So I mean, we were just in a position to be innovating. And members, we always had communication with members, so they would bring ideas. We would try
Really.
things. We've never had too high of a quality bar, so we've never been too shy to just try something and see how it goes. So yeah, we were able to do a lot of different things.
Using the hive mind, again, an early example of that.
Yes,
So
exactly.
when you look back over the last 25 years, what have been the highlights for you thinking about the growth and the evolution of this company?
Well, the people things that have happened, people on the team, their success, just funny things that happen with people. I think if anyone looks back on their career with a company, you're going to remember wonderful things that have happened with the company. As far as members go, I remember at an early stage, somebody in the Philippines, Jake Estrada, sent some pictures. I think he sent a picture of a house, a car, a boat, and he said all of this is was possible thanks to pros.com. And wow, it's working. And so to be able to meet, I don't know how many people like that over the years, and then have employees of pros have the same experience and get excited about that. That's been sort of the deep kind of rewarding thing about it. But
Mm.
yeah, as an engineer too, it's been fun to try different things. Most things you try don't work, but when you get something that does work, it's exciting, and that's still happening now. I think Mike, now the idea is likely to come from someone else. Mike Donlin and Monica Oliveira had a really good idea in connection with our interpreter network over the last couple of days, and I'm really excited about that. I can't see why it's not going to work. If it does work, it should be pretty significant. So I've always enjoyed that as an engineer and an inventor.
Great.
So,
Yeah. I mean, my own career started with clients from pros.com. I'm still holding out for the boat. I haven't got that far yet. But,
okay.
but no, no, a lot of my early career was based on that. And of course, my late career, and this is what people often forget, my late career was based on my early career. People, I think, when they spread their wings as freelancers, they tend to forget the stages that got them there in the first place. Whereas I think without that foundation, for me, it would have been impossible to move on to direct clients without
Yeah,
having.
yeah. So when I say the people things, take your case as an example. I mean, it was wonderful. I was watching you do your thing out in the industry, very impressive. I admired you from a distance, so to speak. And then when the opportunity presented itself and we linked up to watch what you've done, in connection with the community and the platform, and to see what you're doing now with pro bono. I mean, I just have so many pictures like that of this person doing that and that person doing that, and everybody's got the unique story, whether it be a member or even a staff member.
Sure.
And congratulations to what you've done. But I think that's the most rewarding, is to look at each of these individual cases. Yeah.
I think that becomes much easier for everyone, at least for a staff member, in an environment that's enabling, that says, go do your thing, and not, these are the rules, this is what I want you to do, this is the vision I have for you. And I think that's been a huge thing for me personally. When you look back over those 25 years, what have been some of the challenges?
Uh, it's this work is challenging work. Working on the internet and in technology, if you have to run to stay in place, stay in the same place. That expression. You always have that feeling. As far as software goes, I mean, there's so many things to keep learning all the time. And same goes in any field, I suppose. Continuing professional development. I mean, you got marketing evolves. What you did to get people's attention 5 years ago doesn't work anymore. You have to, that very well. You have to keep growing and evolving. But I would say that there haven't. It's been relatively smooth sailing. I feel very blessed. I mean, it's been wonderful. We've lost two team members. I mean, you think about the positives. I think of Justin from our team, was a wonderful human being. Uh, Unfortunately, passed away, and so these are human challenges. The
Sure.
same the same thing that's as rewarding is the challenging, I suppose.
And you talked just now about how the, the the environment in which we're working professionally, the industry changes. What do you think is the vision for the next few years? So, if your original vision was to match translators, freelancers with clients, and that's kind of been done now, what do you think are the directions we need to be going in for the few years to come, for the next 25 years?
Yeah, yeah. Well, our mission hasn't really changed much. I mean, it took a couple of years. I think I started with a technical idea as an engineer. I was going to rig something up, but after a couple of years, I realized no, what we do really, it's not that we make a product or invent. It's our mission that we empower freelance linguists and language professionals and LSPs to accomplish their business objectives. And you and I, revised that mission. I think with the complement of your approach to empowering, I think we got richer as a company. Apart from that, I mean, that was the one sort of expansion, or that added a dimension to the way I thought about the mission. But it's the same, still going according to plan in terms of empowering people to accomplish their business objectives, empowering multilingual, multicultural people to accomplish their objectives. So when something like AI comes along, for us, it's relatively seamless. It's okay. If there's this new tool. How do we bring that power to bear for our members? Because we work for them. So that really hasn't changed. And so you have these new people coming into the industry, young people, established people, and it's like, okay, how do we help them? What are you trying to achieve? You have that conversation, and then you do what you can to help them do that with code and with people who are ready to answer and talk with them, and with collaboration, connecting them to the broader community. So that's the same. And people worry about the future of the industry. I don't really worry, um, because we work for the freelancers, and if the profession goes away, for example. well, we'll go down with the ship because we're not. We're just going to keep helping people to accomplish their freelance business objectives.
But is your view from the kind of the heights that the industry is going to disappear, or is it your view that it's going to evolve and keep on expanding?
I think it's more likely to evolve. Whether it expands or not, I don't know. I mean, maybe the lines get blurred. I mean, what does it mean to, is a company not going to be interested in engaging the services of multilingual, multicultural people in this global world? No, I think they're going to keep doing that. What that looks like, I don't know. I have, our team has grown. We've never been this large. We've never had so many talented people. I look at our office in Nairobi, for example, and I look at these guys. We're opening a physical office next week, and I mean they're going to be able to do things to serve people worldwide. Their economy is sort of coming online in a global sense. It always was, but at another level. And boy, that team. We've got developers, designer, social media people. I mean, they're going to be able to serve freelancers in one form or another.
I was going to ask about that because you began in obviously in New York State with your family, then it expanded quite quickly to Argentina. Now, and then quickly on from there to Ukraine. We've now got people. Obviously, I'm here in Spain. We've got people in Kenya. We've got a colleague in Pakistan, one from Venezuela, one of Cuban origin. Was that a deliberate thing on your part to kind of reach out and become more global, or is it just that's where the opportunities arose?
Yeah, actually, we started in Japan with
Oh,
a
yeah,
with a
yeah.
global team there. I was in Japan at the time, and then I came to the U.S. Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty soon that I got invited to speak in Argentina. And when I arrived in Argentina, I think I was in Cordoba, and I was just amazed at what an established industry, how well formed it was, more well formed than the U.S. in terms of having an association, having established norms, and this sort of thing. I felt like that was the headquarters, and it's just I pretty much just followed the action, I suppose. I mean, with Nairobi, I posted a job on what I thought was a U.S. job site. I guess it is indeed. And Benedict applied from Nairobi, and that he is a great developer, done tremendous work for us. Started to introduce other people who were also fantastic, and that's just it's just the way it's gone. When we had our recent hackathon in Nairobi, I think what did we have? How many countries was it we had represented there?
Well, yeah,
You
several.
know,
Argentina, Venezuela, Cuba, Pakistan.
Yeah, it was like 17 people from 11 countries or something.
Yeah,
Incredible. And
yeah.
it's, that's, isn't that fun? I mean, as a global, someone that's lived all over the world, it's just, that's so fun, isn't it? It's so rewarding.
But there's a metaphor in there, isn't there, for freelancers? Because what you've done essentially is not set out with a plan. I will work in 12 countries by the time I'm, you know, a company's 25 years old. But you've jumped on opportunities. You've arrived in Argentina, seen what was happening, and jumped on that and made it happen. And then the same thing with the guy from Kenya, with Ben from Kenya, applying for the job. So essentially, rather than planning everything in advance, you've just been a great opportunist in the best sense of the word. And that's something that all freelancers really need to be able to do because opportunities are around us, I think, all of the time. And yet,
Yeah.
many people start off with their blinkers on and they don't actually even see the opportunities that are around them.
Yeah. And I do like, I mean, you know, on another level, then, so, I mean, it's great. Okay, here's a great new team member. You hire them wherever they are. We've been able to do that. But it's nice too to feel like we're doing something, when there's difficulties in the world, that we're working together,
Yeah.
not working against each other. And that's one of the challenges too. I mean, we've got team members in Ukraine. There's protests going on in Nairobi. There's been challenging periods in Argentina, and we're there for each other. And then there's limits to what you can do for each other as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely been to be able to travel to different areas and uh, get a taste of life in those areas, and actually, not just be a tourist but be working. That's really been a delightful experience.
And from my point of view as a staff member, I can say that it's a great environment in which to work. Very supportive, very. There are times when I've been through highs and lows, and during those lows, I've been able to turn to the company and help me out and give a little space, give a little time off or whatever. So that's something which is quite unusual in my experience. I have worked for several schools in my life, in my first career, but very few places with such a nurturing environment. So that's a credit to, another thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Final question, maybe. 25 years on, you seem to have boundless enthusiasm still and energy. I get messages from you now and again at 4 in the morning. That's because I'm up at 4 in the morning. It may be 1 in the morning where you are. What keeps you getting out of bed in the morning now? I don't mean in general, but for work. What makes you get up each day, and what kind of excites you, I guess, about what we're doing?
Yeah. I've never had so much fun in the company. This is the most fun I've ever had. I guess the team we have now, and their possibilities, their potential, their capabilities, the enthusiasm they bring. You're crediting pros for a nurturing environment, but you've brought so much to the culture. You're an absolute inspiration. To be able to work with people like you, and some of the tremendous members of our team. That if I name a couple, it just keeps going. We have such a wonderful team.
Mhm.
Um, of unique people that now are knowledgeable in prose, have relationships with our members and the community, that know the industry and have ideas, and are pursuing their career objectives and dreams. And it's fantastic to have someone like Lucia that's been with the company 16, 17 years, and now she's moving in a new direction. Or Florencia, who served all different roles, and she's constantly sending me messages from the interpreting network of people whose lives have been changed. And the stuff you're doing, or let's say Kevin Kiprotich coming online, and now he's a manager. And that's I'm just excited to talk to the next person, see how the latest thing that we're up to went. It's really I feel very lucky. So I think anybody would be invigorated by the situation, and the potential. I'm still an inventor. I got really excited with Mike and Monica's idea recently. I was like, whoa, this could really work. This could really be something for the world's interpreters.
Yeah.
And now we're talking with brand names. We have Wix as a partner. We have Upwork as a business member. We have these, and the potential for these things sometimes is you just look at it and you go, there's hundreds of thousands of Wix websites to be localized.
Yeah.
If you can connect that with the community, wow, it's just how many connections will happen out of that.
Sure.
We had at powwows people that got. I went to a powwow. It's happened a couple times, but someone came up, a little baby. This is a pro's baby. Well, what do you mean? Well, mom and dad met at a powwow, and it's these things, these seeds, and there's various stages of growth of the various plants that have come out of this community.
Great. Okay, well, let's look forward to another 25 years. Hoping I'm here. I'll be 85 in 25 years' time. So I'll still be here,
Okay.
hopefully, here to interview.
Right.
I may have a walking stick. Hopefully not. Anyway,
Right.
let's see.
May it be. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks for your time today, and enjoy the celebrations.
Okay. Thank you.